When oversight fails, the consequences are rarely immediate, but they are always inevitable. A board signs off on strategy, management executes it, but somewhere in between, risks go unchallenged, decisions go unquestioned, accountability becomes blurred, and then a regulatory fine appears, a reputational crisis unfolds. Investors begin to ask questions, not because no one was working, but because no one was governing. Today, we examine one of the most misunderstood distinctions inside any organization: the difference between governance and management. At its core, governance defines direction, accountability, and oversight. Management executes operations, strategy, and day-to-day decisions. Technical definitions: governance, framework of control, oversight, and accountability. Management, execution of strategy within that framework. Where it sits in the lifecycle: onboarding. Governance defines approval criteria. Monitoring: management executes, governance oversees. Review: governance challenges outcomes. Escalation: governance intervenes when needed. Exit: governance approves structural decisions. Who is responsible? Key misconception: governance is not management with more seniority. It is a different function entirely. Why would serious institutions formalize governance instead of relying purely on management? Because management alone creates blind spots. Governance exists to ensure: 1. Risk mitigation. Management may accept risk to achieve outcomes. Governance ensures risk is understood, justified, and controlled. 2. Regulatory expectations. Regulators do not ask, "Did management try their best?" They ask, "Was proper oversight in place?" 3. Fiduciary responsibility. Boards act on behalf of investors, clients, stakeholders. Governance ensures those interests are protected beyond execution pressures. 4. Reputation management. Reputation is not lost through action alone, but through lack of oversight. 5. Investor confidence. Structured governance signals credibility, discipline, and trustworthiness. Governance is not theoretical. It operates through structured mechanisms. Governance in action: 1. Documentation. Policies, frameworks, mandates. 2. Reporting lines, management reports, committees, board. Independent escalation channels. 3. Committee structure, risk committees, audit committees, oversight committees. 4. Frequency of review, monthly operational reports, quarterly board reviews, annual deep dive assessments. 5. Escalation structure, defined triggers, clear ownership, documented responses. 6. Evidence collection, KPIs, risk metrics, compliance tracking. 7. Monitoring checkpoints, predefined review cycles, exception reporting, independent validation. Key insight: management runs the system. Governance questions the system. Governance lives and dies through documentation. Without structure, there is no accountability. Core governance documents, policy frameworks, meeting minutes, risk registers, oversight reports, due diligence questionnaires, audit trails. Critical elements: 1. Version control. Decisions must be traceable over time. 2. Auditability. Every decision must leave a footprint. 3. Consistency. Governance cannot rely on interpretation. 4. Structured document flow. This is where modern governance evolves, from static documents to living governance ecosystems. A structured documentation approach, similar to docs change type thinking, ensures real-time updates, clear ownership, cross-functional visibility, lifecycle alignment. Governance becomes dynamic, not reactive. Most governance failures are not dramatic. They are subtle, gradual, and preventable. 1. Oversight gaps. Key activities proceed without independent review. 2. Paper governance. Policies exist but are never enforced. 3. Weak escalation. Issues are identified but not acted upon. 4. Documentation inconsistencies. Different teams operate under different standards. 5. Board disengagement. Oversight becomes passive instead of active. 6. Over-reliance on management. Trust replaces verification. Critical insight: good management without governance creates risk. Good governance without management creates stagnation. Both must function together, but never as the same role. Let's consider 2 scenarios. Scenario A: weak governance. Management launches a new initiative. Risks are assessed internally only. Reporting is selective. Board receives high-level summaries. Outcome: issues emerge late, regulatory attention increases, costs escalate, reputation suffers. Scenario B, structured governance. Governance defines approval thresholds, independent oversight reviews risks, reporting is standardized and transparent. Escalation triggers are predefined, outcome, risks identified early, decisions are controlled, stakeholders remain confident, stability is maintained. Conclusion, the difference is not capability, it is structure and accountability. Governance is no longer optional, it is expected. Across jurisdictions, regulatory frameworks demand independent oversight. Supervisory bodies assess governance effectiveness. Investors evaluate control environments. Cross-border complexity, multiple jurisdictions, differing regulatory expectations, fragmented reporting standards. Governance ensures alignment, transparency, control across borders. Without it, global operations become unmanageable and exposed. Governance is evolving. Key trends: 1. Digital governance. Centralized platforms, real-time visibility. 2. Real-time monitoring, continuous oversight instead of periodic reviews. 3. Automation, workflow-driven governance processes. 4. AI-assisted compliance, pattern detection, risk prediction. 5. Global harmonization challenges, standardization versus regional differences. The future of governance is not more complexity, it is more structure, clarity, and integration. Governance is not about paperwork, it is about structured accountability. It is the discipline of defining responsibility, challenging decisions, monitoring continuously, documenting consistently. It ensures clarity at the board level, confidence at the investor level, stability at the operational level. Final thought: management drives performance. Governance protects it.